Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda Marie. So, the Arcturians have another message for us this week, okay? And basically, what I've done is break this message down because it was very wordy. But the basis of it is, and I'm going to quote them here. This is about this, and I quote, pertinent situation about what is going on there in the populace on your planet and the things that you wish to change. So this is what they're addressing with this message that came through, okay? They're basically saying, okay, so you wish to change circumstances on your planet, and you want to understand things, you want to see them clearly, but your vision is hazy. That's what they said, your vision is hazy. And they're saying we're deterred because we're experiencing the humanness, right? But we're also experiencing the physical circumstances as well. So the environment, the outside things happening. And they're saying this is a very difficult paradox because we know what we're capable of, all right? On an inner level, this is an inside job, and we know this, okay? We know this from higher perspective, and we feel all of that. But the human circumstances, and I'm quoting them again here, seem vigilant to persist in a different direction that you do not prefer, is how they put it. But they say this is a mirage. The creation is still yours. This is how they put it. The creation is still yours, okay? So they're talking to us, the humans. They're saying, you are the creators of your situation. All right, and then they go on to say about how difficult that is to hear, because it can be quite painful to live in the emotional circumstances of what feels like something that you just can't correct, basically. Okay, but what they're saying is the correction has already occurred. This is what we as humans are having trouble seeing necessarily, okay? Even if we sense it, we can't see it or make sense of that, but the correction has already occurred. And so I'm going to quote them here again. They say, you are not only beholden to those physical circumstances of your planet, which are reflecting themselves to you, but you are also beholden to some extent to your own personal circumstances, which may repeat to you the things that you do not prefer in order to push you forward. All right, to push you out of a certain comfort zone. But they're saying you are progressing. This is what you have to remember. And that word and that phrase seems so inert, is how they put it. Progressing, that seems so slow. This is literally what they said as they came through. This is a direct voice channel that I've broken down here. And they admit, this seems so slow. They say you want to be moving faster, and although it seems very slow, you are indeed moving at heightened speeds toward what you prefer. So now we get to the main point that they really want to drive home here. They're saying in order to deter these circumstances which create this slower movement, or the perception of this slower movement, we have to examine the following things. They're saying you need to examine and investigate your ability to love beyond the circumstances which are currently perceived. So love beyond the circumstances is how they put it. Also, your ability to see through even your own haze by correcting this vision through your heart chakra. Okay? And that's actually what they mean by the phrase love beyond the circumstances, okay? They're saying in that moment, correct your vision and place it back through the heart chakra, which is the most powerful generator. And so they say, so if you can conduct your energy quite literally through this portal of energy, and by that they mean the heart chakra, you can then begin to see in clarity. It will be like looking through a diamond and seeing all the many facets and possibilities of what is to come. You can see all of this, where you have been, where you are going, and what you are perceiving. You can see that all of this is now. And it will continuously push you forward because you will be in a constant state of understanding. You will not be moving in and out of confusion. This is what they mean. You won't be needing to pull yourself back up into your higher perspectives so often. This is what they mean by this. Now, this next point they want to make is about your human experiencing, okay? This is very much a part of the process and is very important. They're saying your human experience is very important. And they say to most of you, because some of you will prefer to stay mostly out of your body, but the majority of you will experience quite a bit of your humanity. And again, they make a point to say that neither path is better than the other. All are correct paths. I'm quoting them there. All are correct paths. And so what they're saying is, in the experiencing of the humanness, through your human connections, through your experiences, and as you observe things, you're going to have the responses, the reactions of anger, disappointment, annoyance, irritation, sorrow, grief. All of these things are naturally going to come about. These are not wrong, they're saying. They are necessary for, and this is the way the Arcturians phrase this, okay? They're necessary for the, quote, employment of your aptitude. And they call this, they say, or might we say, the progress of your expansion, the healing, the journey. So that's what they mean. But they're saying all of those things are necessary. But these things are not what the Arcturians are calling creational energies. So they're saying that focusing on these things too long or leaning too far in the direction is how they put it, for too long, and forgetting to refocus through the heart is to your detriment. And they're saying this is happening more often than not on the planet right now. Okay. And the reason it's happening more often than not is a natural reason. It's because there's an enormous amount of purging and releasing, especially for the past 2 years and especially in the past year. And it's just sped up. The cycles have sped up and more is being released. And so this is a natural response to this, that you may forget to shift directly into the heart. You may need more time. You may get a little bit comfortable with that sorrow, as part of a natural human response. You might get a little comfortable with that anger, right? And forget to refocus your vision through your heart to see the situation from an expanded state. Here are the Arcturians. So it has come to our attention to remind you to look through the lens of love again as quickly as possible. This is not going to force you to look through rose-colored glasses, to take this phrase. You see, this is creation energy you're using. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot constantly observe, respond, react, and behave through energies that are not creational, that impact your frequency to the extent that you are beholden to your circumstances rather than you creating the circumstances that are preferred. If you wish to perceive things more quickly, you must train yourself to look through your heart, even at what you have perceived as an enemy, in order to more succinctly engage in the healing of the situation. We realize this is redundant, but this message will never become old because it is never going to not be. You are never going to be in a situation where the anger or fear, for example, will create circumstances you desire, unless you desire lower frequencies, because that is what these are, lower frequencies. So you see, you must either practice looking through your heart lens and use those creation energies, or you must become satisfied somehow with waiting a little longer to see what you wish to come forth. We are the Arcturian Council. We love you. End transmission. And so those were the Arcturians explaining just a little bit more. And just to clarify, so that we understand and we're clear on this, it is very important to process these emotions. It's very important to acknowledge these emotions when they show up. So this is not avoidance. This is not pretending a situation did not occur. This is not looking the other way. This is learning how to see the situation and respond after processing these emotions, of course, okay? All right. Love you again so much, soul family, and talk to you very, very soon. Namaste.